Hello, and welcome to What Am I Rolling? A twice-monthly RPG one-shot podcast, hosted by me, Fiona. This week, I'm joined by my friends Matt, Strat, Nat, and Alex, the cast of the Merely Roleplayers podcast for Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, a slice-of-life tabletop RPG about a heartless witch, a peaceful house, and all the folks that have made their home inside. Created by J Dragon and M Veselak, Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast uses preset characters, quick play chapters, and an adaptable rule set unlike any other tabletop RPG. You can find out more information about Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast and download the free Ashcan rules on the Possum Creek Games website. That's possumcreekgames.com. I'll add links to it on the What Am I Rolling website and in this episode's show notes. How Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast works. To start playing, the players will confer and pick a chapter from the book and read its rules. Those chapter rules will specify what supplies will be needed, the emotional tone of the chapter, i.e. whether it's a relaxed, frantic, patient, or eerie mood kind of chapter, and how the players will go about entering it. Each chapter features specific characters. Usually they will be long-term residents of the bed and breakfast, but sometimes a chapter may call for a guest to be present. Every player will play the role of at least one long-term resident, but guest characters can be swapped around and played by different players at different times. During a session, players will make decisions for their characters, representing them and their desires, and explore how they behave in a chapter. The story comes about through a natural conversation between players, building upon each other's offers whilst trying to complete a goal set out in that chapter's rules. The important thing to note is that characters have access to their own unique role-playing traits, known as bingos and whoopsies. Bingos are moments when the characters get to fully assert who they are. They are a means to demonstrate that character's ability to play to their strengths, pull off something that nobody else can, or to use their skills to solve a problem, or at least make a situation more under control. Whoopsies, on the other hand, are moments when the characters are not at their best. A whoopsie could be a bad habit, an old fault, or something that sets a character back on their path. Whoopsies often cause problems, or at the very least make things messier and more tangled for everyone. Doing a bingo or a whoopsie will usually cause something to happen to move the story forward, as defined by the rules in each of the chapters. Bingos and whoopsies are meant to guide role-play moments, rather than being strict game mechanics. The other thing to note is that chapters also indicate what special rules are in play. These usually depend on the tone that has been set out, as well as extra bingos and whoopsies that the characters may have access to, and how the chapter will inevitably end. Chapters also have plenty of other information, such as tracks that need to be filled, checklists that need to be checked off, and so on. No two chapters are alike, and in the full version of Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, players have the ability to unlock future chapters, other playable residents and guests of the B&B, and gain mementos through the use of a sticker system. Essentially, Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast feels like a very chilled RPG with legacy features, and I'm 100% here for that. Whilst I explain the specific rules for the chapter we chose during the recording, I just want to point out that at the time of recording we were using the Ashcan rule set, as the full version of Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast is not officially out till later this year. Whilst it's unlikely there'll be massive changes to the world, the story, the setting, maybe even the rules, I just want to flag it up here that there might be. You can still get the free Ashcan rules at Possum Creek Games website, so go and check it out if you have the chance. Many thanks to the cast of the Merely Roleplayers for joining me for this one-shot. Merely Roleplayers is a podcast where theatrical people play role-playing games in the pursuit of maximum drama. You can find all things Merely Roleplayers at merelyroleplayers.com or search Merely Roleplayers in your usual podcasting app. Right now, Merely Roleplayers is airing Falling Cadence, a soft-boiled noir story in 3 acts, powered by the Fate role-playing system. Babyface Private Eye Cadence Fairchild has a shot at her first real case, but it threatens to tangle her up in a web of intrigue and corruption. Set among the penny falls and the rock vendors of a decaying seaside town, Falling Cadence is full of twists even the players at the table can't see coming. One last thing before we begin. Naturally, there are times in this one-shot where the players and myself, mostly myself, get the rules wrong or forget something plot-wise. Whilst we always endeavour to stick to the rules wherever possible, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. And what matters most is that everyone enjoys themselves. So, with all that out of the way, let's play Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast. Once upon a time, the world was cruel, and there was a witch who knew it well. And so she sold her heart away and built a house in the woods where the world could never find her. At first, she would let no one into her fortress. But in the long march of days, a strange thing happened. In her own cold and spiteful way, the witch made a friend, and then another, and then several more, until her house was teeming with colourful faces and complicated lives. The house would come to be known as Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, and it would last for a very long time. So welcome everyone to Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, a RPG by J Dragon and Possum Creek Games. I'm very, very excited to have some amazing players with me today. We'll just go around, introduce ourselves, and then introduce the characters we have, maybe a little bit of description about how they look as well. My name is Fiona, I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Sal, who uses he, him pronouns. And he is the night porter at Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, who's really into his music after leaving his life as a Yazeba's apprentice of magic.
Hello, I'm Matt. I'm the usual compere of the Merely Roleplayers podcast. My pronouns are he and him, and I'll be playing Gertrude, whose pronouns are she and her. And Gertrude is a teenage runaway who always wears a mask and who, for now at least, sleeps on top of the dryer in the laundry room at the B&B.
Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns. I will be playing Hey Kid, who uses they, them pronouns. Hey Kid is a devil child with a lot of energy and not a lot of sense, apparently. and when they say a devil child, I think having looked at some of the art for this, they are literally a bit of a devil, like they've got tiefling vibes, like blue skin, little horns, literal devil child.
But what are you in game, Nat?
Oh, sure, right, yeah.
Hello, my name's Alexander Pankhurst, one of the Merely Roleplayers crew. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Parish, who is a frog that used to be a knight and is now a chef. He uses he, him pronouns and a big ladle.
Hi, I'm Strat, Merely Roleplayers crew. I use he, him pronouns, and I will be playing Amelie, the workaholic robotic housekeeper who uses they, them pronouns. They are all about cleaning up after people. Silliness does not compute, which I'm sure there'll be no problem with that in this game. and they want to become a real person, which is very sweet. I'm kind of envisioning them as mostly a pretty kind of like wooden. I want them to be a wooden robot rather than a metal one, but kind of like a cylindrical, almost like they've just been made out of a tree trunk and never really kind of sanded down, with little wheels on the bottom and a little round head on the top. And then when instruments for cleaning are needed, they just pop out of like knots in the wood and then retract back in.
Amazing.
So I'm a roly-poly trunk.
See, I'm just envisioning the Wallace and Gromit's A Grand Day Out and the fridge as a result.
Oh, yes.
What a reference.
Chapter 1. A Birthday for Gertrude, in which the Bed and Breakfast plans a surprise party for Gertrude, who has always hated her birthday. It was a beautiful autumn morning outside the Bed and Breakfast. Gertrude had the window cracked, open to breathe in the crisp air, the last before it would get too cold for open windows, and was reading her favourite book, It was called Heart Sword, and was the only book she brought with her to the bed and breakfast. It's a schlocky fantasy adventure about a princess forced to disguise herself as a man in order to defeat an evil emperor. If you asked Gertrude, she would dismiss it as trashy garbage, but the dog-eared yellowed pages suggest otherwise. Parrish was perched in one of the massive armchairs, lazily glancing through an astrology section of the newspaper.
Hey, Gertrude, what sign are you?
Oh, I'm a Virgo. My birthday's the 15th.
Gertrude was barely paying attention, her nose deep in her book. Virgo, August 23rd, September 22nd. It can be difficult and nerve-wracking to navigate unfamiliar environments. Sometimes the world is big and scary, and you just need a change. Don't be afraid. There will be people who care for you wherever you go, and a family's love is never far from your heart. I believe in you. He stared down at the paper before spotting the date in the corner. September 15th. As always. Of course. But Parrish looked up and made sudden eye contact with Sal before pulling the porter into the hall.
Sal, it's the 15th.
Sal shrugged. Parrish, it's always the 15th. What's the big deal?
We forgot Gertrude's birthday.
Oh, no.
And with that, we start this chapter. So this is a frantic mood chapter. Each chapter has a mood, and with each mood comes different mechanics. So with the frantic one, just so that we're clear at the top of the episode, this uses chaos coins. So imagine, everyone, that we're all around a table together instead of online. And I just put a huge pile of chaos coins in the center where you can all reach them. This particular chapter uses things called tracks, and when we tick off our tracks and complete them, we usually get to the end of an episode or something happens. Whenever somebody wants to tick off a track, they'll consult the little pool of chaos coins that they have collected. If they don't have any chaos coins, they succeeded right away, and then they take a chaos coin because success always comes at a price. If they do have chaos coins, they just flip them all at once, and if all the coins come up as heads, they succeed. However, if there's a failure in one of them, then they don't take the track and they must do something called a whoopsie instead. Either way, they keep taking chaos coins. At any point, you can cash in 5 of them to tick off a track, and you can also give away your chaos coins whenever you do a bingo to somebody else, making the whole mess their problems. Just to clarify as well, all of our characters have things called bingos and whoopsies. Bingos are something strong and a really kind move that we can do, and whoopsies are a bit of a weaker move, but it's just a way to help us roleplay, as this is a very narrative game. Let's start with you, Parrish. You've pulled Sal into one of the hallways to talk about Gertrude. Describe the hallway. What does it look like? What are we talking in?
The hallway's long. Some would say too long. It seems to go on for a very long time, either way, wherever you arrive in it. You're never really quite sure where you are in the hallway, but you always know where you are. It's bizarre, but it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So I pull Sal into the corridor. It's got lots of wooden paneling either side, a few sort of sconces that hold either candles or little gas lamps, depending on where you are in the hallway. So it's all it's changing. It looks like one of those Scooby-Doo things where it kind of goes plant pot, grandfather clock, suit of armor, plant pot, so you feel you get very lost very quickly, and he's going to pull Sal to one side and just reiterate, looking at him with his little froggy eyes, and say, Sal, we've forgotten Gertrude's birthday. We should probably do something for Gertrude's birthday, but what?
I tell you what, let's round up the others and we'll have a meeting.
Yes, a meeting around a table. Yes, like the knights of old. Ha ha ha!
Sal puts his hand on Parrish's shoulder as he does get nostalgic for the old days. We'll meet you in your kitchen.
Yes, come to the kitchen immediately, and I hop down the hallway away from Sal.
All right. So Sal will go and gather up our other 2 members of the crew for this. Gertrude, I will come to you in a second. But if we go to Amelie, if that's all right. Amelie, what are you doing just now when Sal comes to get you?
Hello, I'm Amelie. I am cleaning. Always cleaning. This is clean. This is also clean. This here is dirty and must be cleaned.
It's very easy to find Amelie, no matter where they are, because it's always like everything's clean, and then suddenly you turn a corner, and it's like a whir of arms. I like to think. What are you currently cleaning just now, Amelie? What process are you in when Sal finds you?
I am cleaning the ceiling because I have cleaned all of the floors and now the ceilings remain. But I am cleaning the dirt from the ceiling and it is falling on the floor. And then I am cleaning the floor in such a way that the dirt is flying up to the ceiling. And so that is why the arms are everywhere. And I'm kind of stuck in a bit of an infinite loop of cleaning.
Amazing. Sal will appear in front of you in his casual sort of style, but like, Amelie, there's a meeting in Parish's kitchen. Like, too sweet. Let's go.
Okay, I will clean as I follow. Ramble.
No cleaning.
But I must clean. May I clean quickly?
Fine. Just like a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. Computing. Okay.
And then we'll go to Hey Kid. Hey Kid, what are you doing at this point when Sal and Amelie come and pick you up?
Well, I was where Amelie was already, because I was actually hidden behind. There was like a little corner of the bookcase that I was hidden behind, and just as Amelie finished cleaning the ceiling, I was throwing a little spitwad of paper up onto the ceiling again to see how long she'd keep it up for. So I had the whole conversation the entire time.
I guess Sal sort of has taken Amelie back, and then just hear the rushing of feet possibly behind. It's like, oh, great, you're here.
Whee!
Oh,
I'll beat you to the kitchen.
Shoes off in the hallway, you dirty monster!
I win!
So whilst this is going on, Gertrude, can you describe what you're doing and what you're reading within the living room whilst people around you are sort of moving, you're sort of own your own little world?
Yeah, Gertrude's sitting like in the window seat, so like in the bay window, kind of curled up, quite small, hunched almost like she's trying to like pour herself into the book head first. And especially now that nobody is left in the room, she's dropped any kind of pretense or performance of like being a bit aloof and above it, and is just blasting through pages. Read it before 100 times, so can go through it very fast, but is still enjoying every page.
You can imagine as you're sort of quietly, again, in your own world, you hear lots of bashing and crashing as Hey Kid rushes past, followed by Sal, who's sort of jogging afterwards, and then probably Amelie furiously cleaning. And so, yes, so we'll head to Parish's kitchen. Parish, can you talk to us about, it is your kitchen, what does it look like?
As it's a kitchen for a frog, it's actually small, but it's in a really big room.
Right.
So it's in the centre of a normal kitchen-sized room that would serve as a whole bed and breakfast, but it's all really small, and just through the sheer power of magic, it makes everything big when you serve it up.
Amazing.
So it looks like you're looking through a telescope the wrong way around. And that, so yeah, you've got, it looks like you're sort of in the audience of old school MasterChef, where they were in a studio and it's just looking down onto a tiny little kitchen while this frog sort of hops around, stirring pots and pans and making pastry and that sort of thing.
You hear the door burst open as the rest of the team sort of comes in and shuts the door.
I realised, Fiona, I just went back because I've been looking at the screen where we all are, and I just went back to my character sheet. I've hit one of my bingos already.
Fantastic. Describe it.
So because Hey Kid excitedly ran somewhere and they got there really fast.
They did.
So,
you fit this so well, Nat.
as soon as I knew kitchen, I was like, "Yeah, go, brrr, go, burst in."
Brilliant. Yeah. So you arrived. Sal lets Amelie come in and then shuts the door, and it's like, Parish says we've forgotten Gertrude's birthday.
When is it?
It's today.
Today.
Yes.
But today's today.
As it always is, but it's also Gertrude's birthday, which we have forgotten. So it's my plan, my idea is to do a surprise birthday party, and if we all work together, then we will be able to create one of the best birthdays she's ever had.
that sounds great, Parish, but you'd think she would have told us when her birthday is when she came, but she's not said anything.
No,
Maybe she also forgot.
maybe, but I feel like we have forgotten. So I think just to be on the safe side, throw a party, and then if it isn't her birthday and we've got it wrong, she's still got a party. Which everyone likes a party, right?
Hello, I am Amelie.
Hello, Amelie.
Will throwing a party make a mess where it is thrown?
Possibly. I can't promise that it'll be as clean as we all know you like it to be, Amelie. If you could stay away from my kitchen as much as possible, because I clean it myself. So don't get too close.
Also, it depends on how big the party is, because if it's very, very big, it'll take a lot of us to throw it. If only one person is trying to throw it, you won't be able to throw it very far. So that would keep the mess smaller, I imagine.
Sorry, are we talking about an actual party with bunting and jousting, and sword fights? Yeah, a party like a fete or a fair. There'll be bards singing.
Yeah, I could perform my latest song. I could definitely get the guitar out. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could fight everything. Everything.
No, it's all very structured, the fun. So it's a balloted sort of thing where you can't fight everyone at once. That's a brawl, which can be fun, but it's not. It doesn't have so much of a party vibe. But you can absolutely go in for some of the jousting. I assume that's what a party is, right?
I think maybe that is what you think party is, but in my databases I have many definitions for party, and perhaps Gertrude would prefer something less to do with fighting. She does not seem the type. Hello, I'm Amelie.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Look, I think you're right. Gertrude's only just arrived as a player, so we don't know what she likes. So, I think we need to investigate, maybe probe a little bit, but we can't let on to it. For one thing I know about parties is that when they're surprised, everyone has more fun, especially the person at the centre of attention.
Yes. I'm also going to do a whoopsie because I think it would be a good time. I'm going to try and be hip and mess up in the process. Parish sort of makes a grand flourish and says, "Yes, she's not that old. So she's a younger person." And as one of the younger, I understand the younger peoples. They often like brightly coloured things with music.
Music, right?
Brightly coloured things with music. So I think everything should be brightly coloured and musical.
Okay, we can do that. So, what I would ask, Matt, if you're able to take off your headphones, we need to discuss where this party's going, and we'll wave at you when you need to come back.
Enjoy.
We need to figure out where this party's going to happen. We have several places. So, places we could have it. We could have it in the dining room, the piano room, the basement, the little office, the deluxe bathroom, the garden, or the kitchen.
Don't think it should be in the kitchen.
That would make making the cake quite difficult.
Yes, and less surprising.
I guess for me, the garden's very nice. It's getting into autumn, perhaps, but we could get up bunting. We could get lights up. We could put a stage up,
and therefore it would be colourful. Yes. Yeah.
And there's plenty of room to have fights.
Yeah.
And Amelie, there could be trash bags everywhere, so you could just pick up the litter. You don't have to clean the carpets or anything.
But if I do not clean, then why would I be there?
To celebrate.
Oh.
You do know how to celebrate, right?
I know how to clean.
Maybe it could be like a celebration of cleanliness. And you would be part of that.
I could celebrate cleanliness. I am Amelie.
Hello, Amelie.
Hello, Amelie.
Hello, Amelie.
Alternative thought. Just going to throw it out there.
Yeah.
There's also the deluxe bathroom, which means we could have bubbles everywhere and also lots of water. So if Amelie wanted to be cleaning the whole time, there'd be lots for her to clean. Just going to throw it out there. Bubbles.
That sounds like a dream come true.
Yes. I'm gonna probably hit one of my bingos now and give Hey Kid a bit of fatherly advice. Although it would be a great place for one person to have their party, and that person would probably be Amelie.
Hello, I am Emily.
Hello, Emily.
Amelie. This party's for Gertrude, so we need to think of the best place for her to have her party. And where do you think that would be?
Well, I suppose the main thing I know about Gertrude at the moment is she likes to be on her own and read a book. So maybe she could be on her own and read a book, and we could be there. Could she do that in the garden?
The garden, or maybe the little office. It's like a little nook, and then we all crowd in.
I see Gertrude. Oh, hello. I've had a problem there because apparently my computer thought IC was Hey Siri, and all the audio went to that. Let me just turn that off. Hey, Emily.
Hello, Siri.
Hello, Siri. Gertrude is currently in just another one of the other rooms thing, so she's not in any of these rooms. So yeah, good to check, because otherwise it's like,
We'd have to get rid of her.
I've seen Gertrude try and read books so closely it almost looks like she wants to be inside the book. Maybe wherever we do the party, we make it like she is inside her book.
So we need to steal her book to find out what it's about.
Yes.
That would be brilliant. Maybe we could, there's lots of stage props and stuff down in the basement. We could dress up. I use the boxes as like I think there's a castle on the front. All that's
Yes.
Costumes.
Yes.
Yes.
Castles.
And swords.
If I know anything about castles, there's always a sword nearby in the castle.
What else do you need for a joust?
You need lances and horses. Knights to go on top of the horses. You need a little fence to divide the horses that are running at each other. You need little. I've completely. You need pages to help with the equipment, the shields.
Like book pages.
No, generally younger individuals that have been forced into some sort of weird servitude.
I could be forced into some kind of weird servitude.
But maybe we could have Gertrude be the queen, looking over things and giving her favour to the favourite knight and stuff. Have her a role in it.
Yes, she seems like the sort of person that would like to sort of performing. Yes.
Brilliant. So I'm going to ask out of character, what location should we go to? Because the reason I'm asking is because Gertrude might guess where it is, and if she guesses correctly, then she's foiled the surprise party.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I think go basement.
Okay, well, we have said garden, but yeah, is there another room that would work?
I did like the basement plan.
Let's go basement plan.
Basement plan? All right, cool.
Joust in a basement. Joust in a basement.
Nothing can go wrong.
The other thing as well, guys, we all need to give, as well as like a cake to indicate that it's her birthday, we all need to come up with our own gift for her. All right, and trust credit. So, players, I need you to write down on a blank piece of paper something that you think Gertrude would like as a gift. And then on the back of it, don't tell anyone, obviously. On the back of it, do a 3-part track on the other side. And once that track is full, you have successfully acquired the gift. Now, you don't have to be like, oh, I go to the post office, I get this, or anything like that. But, using the magical flavours of this amazing magical Airbnb, or breakfast, bed and breakfast, Airbnb, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of. But here's the thing, whether you finish it or not doesn't matter. As long as that is your attempt. As well as getting the cake ready, you're also working on your own thing as well. So just putting it together. And do feel free to go question Gertrude on what she might like, if that's going to flavour what you're thinking of as well. So I'll give you a moment to think of that, and I'll get Matt back in a second.
Okay.
So we've got to think of something, and then the 3-part track is how we go about getting it.
Yeah, it's like getting it in 3 parts. Like if you're making it, getting other people to help you, and that's the other thing as well. You can do anything like flavoursome in order to get it as well. You don't have to, and it is going to depend on the chaos coins.
Do we fill those tracks in the same way we're filling the cake track?
Exactly, yeah. So currently we could all fill the first one if we wanted to, but get chaos coins as well. So yes.
Okay, so if we have chaos coins and you do a bingo, you can give your chaos coins to someone else.
Yes, you can.
But if you don't have chaos coins, the only way you can earn them is to try and fill in a track and you have chaos coins already.
You always get chaos coins no matter what you do. So like currently we don't have chaos coins. If you go, I'm going to fill out the first track, you instantly get a chaos coin.
Yeah. And then from then, if you say, I want to fill out another bit of the track.
You then have to flip that coin you've got.
Yeah.
And then if you get a heads, you succeed, but then you take another coin, so then you'll have 2. Or if you fail, you do a whoopsie, but also take a coin as well. So you're going to constantly accumulate coins. And then you can always cash in 5 to just take a track, so that gets rid of that sort of thing. Or, if you've done a bingo, you could always give it to someone else so it's their problem.
Oh, so when I did a bingo and a whoopsie earlier, that was completely pointless.
This is before we started, like, the things. So now the tracks are in play, folks.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Get ready for Gertrude's birthday. All right, I'll get Matt back.
Matt, who I wish I'd taken a screenshot of when he was stood at the other end of his room with his fingers in his ears so he couldn't hear his headphones.
Just to be absolutely sure that I'm completely out of the loop, which is so typical of you guys.
So the current state of play is that most of us are in the kitchen. Gertrude, I will say that you've finished your current rereading and you notice that no one else is around. There maybe there's a couple of guests and stuff, but there's no one else around. What would you do at this point?
So Gertrude finishes Heartsword for the 14th time, closes the book, rolls the paperback slightly and stuffs it into the front pouch of her hoodie, realizes that there's nobody around and there's been nobody around for quite a while. And
suspiciously so.
A suspiciously long time. And I'm going to immediately make a whoopsie.
Mm-hmm. And I'll also say, for clarity, in the chapter, everyone bar Gertrude also has some other additional whoopsies we can use as well.
So I'm going to immediately make the whoopsie, assume the worst of what's going on.
Oh no!
Gertrude finds herself alone, realizes she's been alone for quite a while, and assumes, everybody else has gone on some sort of fun trip or something and just forgotten that I'm here, and shrugs and gets up and decides to go and make herself a snack since everybody else has gone somewhere. So she mooches out of the living room into the long corridor, past a plant pot and a sconce and a suit of armor and another plant pot and so on, to the kitchen door, and tries the kitchen door.
I feel like we're all just stood there dramatically looking at the door.
The door to the kitchen, I don't think would ever be locked. So it's quite possible that you're about to walk in on us. So feel free to do so.
Yeah, please feel free to describe stuff. Again, it's not necessarily initiative order or anything like that. Just you can jump in and just add stuff to it. So please feel free.
Yep. So Gertrude tries the kitchen door. It opens, and it opens on this frozen tableau of all of the other residents in mid-conversation, mid-frantic flow of whatever it is that you were discussing. And there's a kind of a frozen moment of Gertrude looking at you all, surprised because she wasn't expecting anybody else to be here, and all of you seeing Gertrude framed in the kitchen door.
Hello? I am Emily.
Gertrude.
Hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
I'm here to clean. And Emily is going to do a whoopsie where they refuse to diverge from their programming. And in a panic, despite the fact that they've been explicitly told not to clean the kitchen because it is kept clean by parish, they are going to clean the kitchen. Except the kitchen is very small and Emily is pretty big. So a little door opens up at the bottom of Emily and a little tiny little thing rolls out and looks up and goes, "Hello, I am Mini Emily. I will clean." And a tiny miniature version of Emily will just start cleaning Parish's kitchen.
No! No! Stop touching the pans! Get out of the way! You're in my way! Stop it! No!
So this isn't a good time to come and get a snack.
I'll be making a snack shortly once I've got rid of this confounded wooden contraption in my kitchen.
I was here for a snack as well. I would like a snack.
Oh
God, right. You need to leave now. I'm making so many attempts to try and get Mini Amelie out of the kitchen, and they're all utterly failing miserably.
Is Mini Amelie still bigger than Parish?
I'd say yes, or of an equal sizing.
Oh my God, you're just tiny. You're like a teeny tiny frog.
I'm seeing when I see frog, I think of like little tiny British frog. So he's not big.
As opposed to the human-sized frogs from where?
The giant African land frog.
Yeah, that's in a different bed and breakfast down the road.
Different bed and breakfast. He's here. The only other real frog I was thinking of is the one from Pan's Labyrinth. That's a big frog.
That is a big frog, yeah.
But I thought that would probably be a bit too big, so I just went with the first one that came to my head, which was Tiny Frog.
Tiny Frog. Sal will quickly go to one of the sort of shelves and pull up a bag of popcorn, and we'll go to Gertrude and be like, "Oh, look, here's some popcorn. Look, I think just they're a bit, they're a bit testy today. But you know what? It's fine. Look, hey, I was wondering if you could come help me with something later."
Oh, like what?
Well, I was just basically, I've got a new song, and I'm going to do the whoopsie of getting caught up in my own drama. And I'm just like, you see, I'm thinking of the song, and, well, the lyrics aren't working really well. And you know what? I'm really struggling. It's like block, essentially. And I just feel like it's just nothing rhymes with purple. Do you know anything that rhymes with purple? I've really got myself into a rut. I tried to take Gertrude away by talking about my music, essentially.
Yeah, I think Gertrude allows herself to be led at this point, just kind of happy to be out of the whatever chaos is going on in the kitchen.
Was the popcorn bag open, or is it an unopened bag of popcorn? Or is it a bowl?
I think I would have opened it to be like, snacks, and then go. So, yeah.
As you're heading out, Hey Kid is going to run up, jump up and grab a massive handful, as big as they can, of popcorn, probably making a mess. Sorry, Emily. And then run down the corridor in the opposite direction.
Sounds good. All right, so we've split up the party. Excellent. What would folks like to do? Please just jump in about stuff. So we've got a cake to make, and we've got our own gifts to make, and poor Gertrude's has to wonder where this party's being held and try and suss out things.
My intention was to try and head to the room that Gertrude was in beforehand, but it depends on whether Sal is leading Gertrude to that.
Yeah, I'm so in my own drama. I'm leading her to my room just to be like,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hey Kid, I'm going to run down the corridor, try and find the room that Gertrude was in before, and have a good old nose around. I'm pulling like there's papers, lifting the papers up. I'm searching under chairs. I'm looking on all the bookshelves. I am trying to find a copy of Gertrude's book.
And you do easily, Heartsworn, it's sort of been left on the side, but by the time you finish with this room, it's just like everything's like, here it is, and you pick it up like Excalibur-esque, but surrounded by rubbishness.
Yeah. And I'm just going to flick through it, but I think I'm not really paying proper attention. I don't have time to read it, and it's not my favourite book. I don't know all the words, so I'm kind of just looking at the pictures to see what's going on in the pictures.
Very good.
Matt, do you have any particular images in your head that you can think of? Would there be pictures? Maybe I'm just flicking forever.
I think there's pictures, but they might not be very exciting to Hey Kid because they're not in color. They're like the kind of black and white line drawings that you get in sort of paperback novels, almost like engraving style, quite stylized and kind of not necessarily depicting full scenes with backgrounds, but more like moments between characters. So like the moment when the princess reveals her disguise and the moment when the evil emperor is run through by his own lieutenant and so on.
Nice. That's the kind of stuff that I was looking for. So I think at the end of that, I'm like, great. And then I'm going to put the book back really carefully. So the room is in chaos, but the book is pristinely exactly where it was.
So slotting it back into the pouch of Gertrude's hoodie, which she took off and left on the window seat.
Right. Okay, cool. So that's back there. I'm assuming that Parish's newspaper was also left, or did you take your newspaper with you?
I left the newspaper. The newspaper's still there.
I'm going to bundle all that and take it with me and scurry away.
Brilliant.
Hopefully, carefully fold it.
No, I'm bundling
yeah?
it. It's bundled. I've got it. It's mine now.
The other thing about the book that I don't know whether Hey Kid will have noticed is that some pages are dog-eared.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know whether Hey Kid would have paid attention to that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe because they were looking for the most obvious noticeable thing about the book without having to read it. So if there's dog ears, then that's probably the pages they would have flicked to.
Mhm.
Are there particular rough paragraph descriptions that you think that she would have dog-eared over?
I would be happy to open that to the floor to anybody who has any thoughts of a particular chapter or scene.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Parish, Amelie, is there anything that you could think of for this?
I think there might be a page where there's a particularly good fight scene in it, or some sort of dramatic happening within the story. Yeah, maybe a fight between an evil wizard and a knight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think on top of that, then a couple of pages on, then it's like that reveal in Lord of the Rings. It's like, I am no man, and it's the princess after all. So there's a big reveal, and I think as well, any outfits they're line drawings, but they're beautifully detailed. So there'll be corsages, there'll be beautiful ball gowns, and like I said, the knights as well looking in shining armor. So that I think detailed, but obviously black and white in there. So there's nothing eye catchy, but you've got a good sense of what the outfits are. What would be expected if there was a joust, perhaps, or something like that.
Great. I'm now an expert on jousting.
Yep.
I have great ideas for what the outfits should look like, but no idea about what the colours are supposed to be like. I love that.
Just to say to folks as well, if you're like, I've ticked something off, do say it out loud and then do the flipping of the cards as well. So if you feel,
I think that counts as one of
your items.
One of my items.
So yeah, you get that for free. So you tick that and you take a chaos coin. So that's good. Amelie, what would you be doing? You're cleaning up Parish's tiny kitchen.
Well, Mini Amelie is tidying up the kitchen. Maxi Amelie is dealing with the popcorn. And as they pick it all up, they're threading it onto lots of threads really, really quick. And when they've picked it all up, they kind of shake it like a duvet. And suddenly it becomes the amount of popcorn was relatively small, but on a shake, magically this popcorn is created into those little popcorn streamers, decorations.
Yeah.
And it turns around and go, decorations?
Currently, Parish is hitting Mini Amelie with a wooden spoon, much in the same way as Yoda hits R2 with his little walking stick. He's like, get off, stop! To absolutely no avail whatsoever. And he briefly looks up and sees the decorations and pauses and goes, it's good. Yes, no, that's actually, yes, lovely. Well done.
I think that's a perfect opportunity for Amelie to use one of their bingos, which is receive a thank you awkwardly.
Yes!
Hey.
Amelie, do more than clean. Amelie, improving. And Amelie will put that down. And
Glorious.
Mini Amelie will roll up to Parish. Mini Amelie, improve too. Mini Amelie, clean kitchen. Now cake can be made. Mini Amelie would like to help.
No, I don't need any help. I'm fine as I am. Thank you. I think it would be best if you retreated to the confines of your larger counterpart, please. Please.
Mini Amelie wishes to be productive member of party team.
Just not in my kitchen. Oh.
Mini Amelie will be sous chef.
No. No.
It's Paris, everything going behind him.
I would like to tick off the first track of the cake track with Mini Amelie not waiting for permission and gathering ingredients and very neatly laying them in front of Parish.
Perfect. Yeah, so you can tick that off. We'll tick that off, and you get a coin for that as well, your chaos coin. Parish, is there anything you'd like to do in your kitchen? Yeah, you've got help, from more ways than one.
God help. Yes, unfortunately I do. Well, seeing Mini Amelie collect the ingredients with such skill and precision, Parrish is a little bit taken aback because he doesn't want people helping in the kitchen, but this is the first time someone's helped, and it's actually it's kind of like corrected his own sort of mental sort of general parameters of life. He's expanded his boundaries, and he's just going to go. Oh, well, it's very very nice of you to help. Thank you very much. You seem to be doing very well with the gathering of ingredients, and I was wondering. I was wondering if you would like assistance in not just gathering of ingredients, but also the preparation of the cake. And I'm going to invite Mini Amelie to assist me in starting to make the cake batter. And as such, I'm going to tick off a box in the cake making thing, which I think I can do for free.
Yep.
So
You get a coin, absolutely.
That's unfortunate that I've got a coin now, but we do have a bit of cake made, which is ideal.
It's like the beginning of British Bake Off, where it's like do 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 do.
Yeah.
Before the tense music kicks in.
Yeah. Before that small child comes out.
Somewhere in the distance, Hey Kid is just like, soon.
For some reason, I feel like the Hey Kids incoming sound is a bit like the Tasmanian Devil. You just see this like whirlwind coming, and you're like, oh no!
Can I ask, Parrish, because you've got the ingredients together with the help of Amelie, what kind of cake are you going to make, or what you're trying to make? You know, like the Bake Off, you have like, here's the image of what it should be. Just as the way of creating it.
And also bearing in mind that like this is a slightly like Studio Ghibli inspired game, and there's that whole thing about how the food in Studio Ghibli films always looks incredible.
It's a special occasion, so I'm bringing out the big guns, and I'm going for, because I don't know Gertrude's favourite cake. I'm going for a staple that I know pleases absolutely everyone. Ooh. So it is a 3-tiered red velvet cake. It's got raspberry cream filling that's going to go in it as well. So you've kind of got the sweetness of the cream, but the tartness of the raspberry. You're going to have buttercream icing all around the top of it. And then on the top, I think I'm going to try and create Gertrude's face in fruit.
Not in icing, in fruit.
Like one of those old school paintings where they've got the men made out of like the old sort of
vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to describe how it looks in the end.
So that's the plan. That's the plan.
Excellent. I like the idea that you've drawn it up. And you're just showing Amelie there. And you coloured, it's coloured and everything. Like
I've gone into far too much detail to the point where I wasted time on this.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I think this is probably a whoopsie for me, in as much as I've lost track of reality while getting caught up in a flight of fancy. And I've like drawn up my plans for a cake rather than just explaining it and making it.
Amazing. That is perfect.
I love the idea too that Parrish has done this like artistic rendering of what the cake is going to look like, exactly like the kind of the art they have on Bake Off, but Amelie is going to interpret it like a schematic or a blueprint.
Yes. She's got the side elevation, the plane elevation, all of that.
Yeah, it's not only just ingredients, there's also like all the equipment, all the floating things and all the sticks. Yeah, 100%. So Sal is sort of taking Gertrude to his space. It's near the top of the house, and you open it, and it is a very sort of, I don't want to say stereotypical, but there are beanbags. It's very purple, lots of drapes and stuff like that. There's a vinyl player with all these records and stuff, and he's like, "No, just sit down. Okay, I'm gonna, like, when you think of music, and I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make light of something important. I'm like, when you think of music, Gertrude, like what is it? What do you like? What is it that you find you like? Oh, that's a great song.
Gertrude actually pauses on the threshold because this is actually like Gertrude has not been here at the B&B for very long. Gertrude still lives on top of the dryer in the laundry and doesn't have a room of her own. And this is actually the first time she's seen any of the other residents' own living spaces.
Whoops.
And so she pauses, like she's following Sal kind of automatically, but then kind of pauses on the threshold, almost like the doorway is a physical wall in front of her, realizing that she's about to step into this like another person's space that is big and nice and feels like Sal in a way that her own space doesn't feel like hers yet.
Yeah, because I guess for you, Gertrude, you've got a very small space, so you only have very much. Sal's space it's not like super massive, but there are, put it this way, there are clothes on the floor, there are books that are like all over. There's like, I know, horrific, but there are like vinyls slightly out of their cases on the floor, and so it's like tipping down, and it's and just clears things out, giving you space, but you're surrounded by stuff, which is all sort of Sal-like. So I can imagine it's like, come in, sit down.
I want to try and tick a track.
Okay.
I have a special "You're all being very suspicious" track. And because I don't have any coins, I automatically succeed.
You do.
So I tick this track when I want someone to listen to me long enough to ask them a question.
Yep.
Sal starts asking his questions, but Gertrude is pausing on the threshold of the room, only half listening to that, and counters with a question of her own. Sal, what's going on? You never let anyone in here. Why are you being so nice to me? What's this all about?
So Sal's like, oh no, inside. I'm going to do a bingo. Speak from the heart and light up the world. Well, it's kind of, I know you're new to Yazeba's, and I know it's a little bit tough just now, but I just want to get to know you more, and I really need your input on stuff. I think you've got a keen input, because all the others, they don't get it. They don't get it. You'd get it though, and I think I'd love to hear what your opinion is. And I then settle into my own beanbag, which is very grubby and stained, not for any other reason that there's just like plates around and stuff like that. Nothing gross.
What could you possibly mean?
I'm just a musician,
I take it Amelie's not allowed in here.
Oh, if the door is shut, there's like it doesn't need cleaning. There's like a do not disturb sign that I've fashioned so that Amelie never comes in. And if you come into the room a little bit more, you can, if you look up to sort of like, I'd like to think that maybe it's like a side roof or something like that. There are a ridiculous amount of instruments. There's like accordions, there's like lots of different kinds of guitars. There's even a triangle on the walls of it. But it's like, like looking up. So it's quite impressive. But maybe you get the sense that Sal tries something. Is that yeah, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A bit like how Parrish is in the kitchen doing stuff, but with music instruments. So yeah, so Sal sort of sits down in the beanbag next to like a double bass and maybe an oboe off to one side.
Yeah, I'm respecting the bingo. Gertrude takes a little step into the room and like doesn't realize she's doing it probably, but like resettles her mask a bit more like balanced on her face, tips her head forward so all of her hair falls like half over her face as well. So she's extra protected as she walks into this space. And like awkwardly nestles down onto one of the bean bags. She's at that age where like she seems to have too many knees and elbows as she folds herself down into this bean bag, puts her hands on her knees and looks up at all these instruments and actually processes the question that she was asked in the first place and says, I don't really know. I think music's always best when it's loud.
Loud music. That's good. Any particular, like, do you have a favorite like is it just scream metal or is it jazz? Fiona knows all about music, by the way.
I think as you say scream metal, you just hear like, because I'm assuming Gertrude has closed the door. You just hear as Hey Kid kind of runs screaming down the corridor past the door.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Like, do you like one person singing or lots of people singing?
Yeah, the more the better. And I'm gonna pull a bingo and get excited about something new. Not really something that Gertrude's thought much about, but now that she's been asked the question and is in this room with somebody who's keenly listening and excited about the subject and with all these instruments everywhere, it's like, yeah, more people singing loudly and screaming like they mean it, and as like organs, church organs dueling, and
Sounds like, might need to go into the big loft for that.
and like those big drums and huge cymbals. And it's just like naming all of the loudest instruments that she can think of.
Nice. So I will tick off my first item thing and take a thing because I'm doing market research.
I have a coin and I've just bingoed, so I'm going to give you that coin, Fiona.
Oh, thank you very much. I will take it. So I have 2 coins now. So who would like to take this off now? So obviously we've got Gertrude with Sal upstairs chatting stuff. At any point, Gertrude, feel free to leave. You're not stuck with me. But obviously, Hey Kid, Amelie, and Parish. What are you guys doing? Anyone can take the narrative up to this point.
I'm gonna run down to the kitchen and come and bother Parish and Amelie again. So Hey Kid is gonna run in with Parish's newspaper all kind of scrunched and bundled into a big ball and be like, do you remember where we left the paints? I need paints and glue and sweets, lots of sweets.
I have tidied them away into the forbidden items cupboard.
Great, I'll go there. Runs away.
Wait! Amelie will roll fast away while leaving Mini Amelie in the kitchen.
Amelie, can you describe what the forbidden items cupboard is? Like, what does it look like? And what possibly things could we find in there?
The forbidden items cupboard is a large steel door.
Yes.
Looks like a bank vault, and it basically contains everything that Hey Kid has managed to make the worst messes with. It's like messes so bad that Amelie's programming has determined that the only way for those messes to be cleaned is for them to have never have happened.
Oh,
Strangely, things keep managing to find their way out of the forbidden items cupboard, and Amelie still has not worked out why, but they are put back in with as much speed as they seem to be removed.
Is one of the items glitter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Parish has discovered that there's nothing he can cook that can include hundreds and thousands.
That's amazing.
But I think as Amelie is rolling down the corridor after Hey Kid takes a sudden turn and like dives down, and there is a grating in the floor, like between the legs of one of the suits of armor. And Hey Kid is like John McClaning through a vent into the cupboard of forbidden things.
Very cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
This is the clumsiest they've been about it, because usually they're pretty good at making sure Amelie doesn't see, but they're so like driven and excited and focused on like, oh, I gotta get the things.
So what are you looking for in the forbidden cupboard then, Hey Kid? Like, what was it that you primarily, like, I guess almost like Indiana Jones, Lost Crusade style, what is it that you reveal when you get into the thing? Like, what is it like? What are you looking for?
The vent hatch opens, like, and Hey Kid kind of wriggles out, and there's shelves everywhere. I think this is like room of requirement, surprisingly large. Like TARDIS bigger on the inside than it is on the. It looks like a cupboard, steel door as described, bank vault door, but actually on the inside it could be a small warehouse, like a garage size. And there are shelves and shelves and shelves. And the specific things that they're looking for right now are glue and paints, and probably glitter to go with it. Like, we're talking arts and crafts supplies here, and they're going to be trying to sneak in and get those things and leave with them rather than sit in the room and do the crafting in there.
Awesome. Yeah. So like you reveal it and you can see it. There's like impossibly long, like big shelves of stuff, all the different things and stuff like that. If you, I would suggest at this point, like you could try and get something on your item track.
I have 1 chaos coin, so I need to flip it.
Yep, you need to flip it for us.
What am I aiming for again? Heads.
Heads. You need to succeed. Heads.
It is a tails.
It is a tails. So unfortunately, you must do a whoopsie and then take another chaos coin.
Okay. So I think that I'm assuming it's Amelie still following Hey Kid down the corridor.
Yeah, while all this is happening, you can hear the very fast turning of one of those little rotating locks clicking to open it. And I imagine just as the whoopsie happens, there is a big creaking as the door swings open.
Like, I think what it is that actually there are other paintbrushes, but the one that Hey Kid really wants to use is actually at the top of the shelf. And there is that kind of Indiana Jones style, like, light beam showing of, like, that's the paintbrush. And I've got to climb. And I do so. And just as I get near the top, I'm distracted by the sound of the vault opening, panic, and the whole shelf starts to wobble and comes crashing down. And it's like dominoes, like the next shelf over goes as well. So there's just chaos, glitter, art supplies, like nuts and bolts. There's more popcorn as well for some reason. One of the things was like a basket of just shiny rocks, and there's a jar of I know they said locusts then. It's not a jar of locusts.
It could be.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, sure. There's a jar of locusts as well that's just like crashed and opened. And Amelie walks into Hey Kid having a full on, like, they're older than 2, but a full-on 2-year-old meltdown.
Oh.
Absolute meltdown, screaming, like, fists thumping the floor.
I just love Amelie opening door and like Studio Ghibli style, just stuff like a wave.
Yeah, Amelie is now covered in glitter and like stickers.
Stickers.
And 2 little windscreen wipers appear on their face and just...
You're going to be seeing that glitter forever.
Yeah, you're going to have glitter throughout, not even just the end of this chapter, for all future chapters, because there'll always be something.
Permanent addition to the character sheet.
Can I jump in here and switch the scene quickly? Sal and Gertrude are jamming, using a variety of the things off the wall. And as we go, Gertrude's getting actually really into it and like out of her head for a little while, and just keeps going, more noise, louder, more noise. And just at the biggest, like, more noise, there is this almighty crash from downstairs.
Yeah,
instantly I'm going to do a whoopsie, which is like, stay chill when I shouldn't. I'm like, that's the beauty of this place. This is the ambience, isn't it great? And then in my head going, what are they doing?
And sadly, it's just broken the spell for Gertrude, and she's suddenly like that noise has taken her out of the room that she's in and gone like, oh God, I'm in somebody's room, taking up space and like taking up their time, and they probably don't want me to be there. I'm being a nuisance. And she just sort of looks around for an exit and sees the empty popcorn bag and goes, I'm going to go get us more snacks, and whips out of the door downstairs towards the kitchen.
Yeah, by the time you go, I just stuck there.
I think we should cut to the kitchen, where maybe we find Parrish and Mini Amelie both wearing those little chef hats, little white pointy up ones.
Yes. That is very much one of the things that Parrish wears when he's in, because he's got to keep all of his hair under the hat, otherwise you wouldn't want to get it in the food, would you?
It strikes me that either Parrish or Mini Amelie, they're both like the right size to do a ratatouille on a human-sized chef.
Yeah, so the cakes are in the oven and that's all going well, and I'm gonna do something pretty wild and leave Mini Amelie in charge, because I've got to go and find my gift. So I'm going to leave her in charge, because I'm like, you don't have to do anything. You've just got to wait. I'll be back.
Oh, no.
What could go wrong, guys?
You said it. You had to say it.
What could possibly go wrong? And I'm going to head off in the direction of the laundry room to see if I can find find my gift. I'm going to hop down the hallway and see if I can find my gift in the laundry room.
Are you doing anything specific to look for your gift? Because if so, we can do your flipping of the coins now.
Once I get there, it's ostensibly just checking through the laundry to see if I can find the item that I want.
Ooh, I like it. All right, go on. How many chaos coins have you got?
I've luckily only got the one.
All right, go for it.
So here goes nothing. I'm going to flip a coin. It's a heads.
Yes!
So that is one tick on my little track. I pick up another chaos coin, I figure.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Do I do anything else?
Well, you could describe a little bit like what that just a bit of flavour because you actually have succeeded in what you were doing.
So you would have seen Parish hop into the laundry room. There's sort of like big vats of water, sort of like steaming away, where things are being cleaned and things are getting churned around, and you just see him dive into one of the piles of washing that are sort of on the floor in the surrounding thing, and you see things getting like thrown out. So you see like a pair of pants, a sock, a pillowcase. He gets stuck in a pillowcase for a bit and sort of like hops around in it. It's like a ferret in a bag. And eventually he I'm not going to say what the item is because I want to keep it a secret, obviously. He finds the item and he very neatly folds it up and he puts it in a little satchel that he carries around with him, because obviously he's not wearing any clothes because he's a frog. But he's that would be ridiculous.
You've already got your hat on. You got your chef's hat on.
Yeah.
I've taken the chef's hat off because I'm not in the kitchen. I
right,
can only,
of course.
I mean, come on. You don't wear a chef's hat outside of a kitchen, do you?
That's why you are chef and I'm the night porter.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's these little sort of like nuances that people just don't understand are very important. So he puts that in his little satchel and he hops off down the hallway back to the kitchen, hopefully to find that nothing's on fire.
So one of the lines of Amelie's programming says, always busy yourself with labour. So the instructions stay there and do nothing does not compute and goes directly against Amelie's programming and indeed mini Amelie's programming. So the moment Parish is left, Amelie decides that they must clean. And it's always good practice to clean as you go. And so they do a bit of that. And then they realize, well, the cleaning's done, that's easy. But the next step that was on the plan was icing. So Mini Amelie is going to attempt to make the icing for the cake and fill in another track and flip a coin to see how that goes.
Oh my god. I'm genuinely getting quite stressed.
It's tails.
No!
Why?
All right.
So do I get another chaos coin?
You get another chaos coin and you have to do a
right,
whoopsie.
and now a whoopsie happens.
There are party foul whoopsies as well. Don't forget, folks. If there's
there's a perfect whoopsie in my standard whoopsie list, which is sweep up something that needed to stay put.
Oh no.
So Mini Amelie, busying themselves with cleaning, turns around to do the icing and cannot find any of the icing components, as they have swept them all away.
Oh no.
And so now there is no icing, and we'll have to think of something else. As you enter Parish, you just hear Mini Amelie saying, "Error, icing sugar not found. Error, water not found. Error, 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 error." Ooh.
Oh no! Did you sweep up the water? All of the every water swept.
All water. Water is gone.
So dry.
Yeah, no moistness.
Terrible for a frog.
I feel like it would be the most chaotic and dramatic if Gertrude arrives at the kitchen at the same time as Parish with an empty popcorn bag. As Parish is coming back from the laundry room to the kitchen, you can start to hear the error, error, error from the kitchen, and you also see Gertrude coming the other way, sort of holding the popcorn bag, still hiding behind her hair, and being like, "Oh, hey, Parish, just heading to get some snacks."
Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. I've
That's from one of the guests upstairs.
That's just the army of rabbits wearing tiny outfits. Just from outside, you just hear them going, "Meow."
One moment. I think there's something that's going wrong in the kitchen. So I don't think it's safe. Yes. I it's not safe. So one moment, Gertrude, and I will be right out when you can.
I'd like to tick my suspicion track some more.
No.
Oh yeah, because you don't have a coin because you gave it to me.
No,
I'm playing this game.
no, Matthew, no, don't play the game.
This is when we fell foul. The rest of us are just creating carnage, and Matt is actually playing the game.
We're trying separately, just not together.
So Gertrude wants Parish to listen to her long enough to ask a question, and because I don't have any coins, you have to answer. So Gertrude fixes Parish with a look, with the one eye that you can see through the mask and the curtain of hair. It's like, Parish, why are you all trying to keep me out of the kitchen? Is it because I'm not really a resident here, and so I'm not supposed to be eating stuff from the cupboards?
Oh. No, not at all. Not at all. That's not the case at all. No. What it is we are having a bad day in the kitchen, and it's just not conducive for you to be in it right now. But it's not personal.
There's nothing I can do to help, though.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. You are a clever cookie. I think the best thing for you to do right now is... Sorry, you wanted more snacks, is that correct?
I mean, that's why I came down, but if there's like a kitchen emergency, then...
Okay, oh God.
Go for it.
No, this is all right. This is a bingo.
Hey!
One of Amelie's bingos is to silently solve a problem. And while stuck in this loop of error, a salient word kind of got through, which was cookie, which was something small and easy to solve that Amelie can do. A little while after the word cookie is put out into the world, Amelie just appears with a platter of cookies next to Parish and presents snacks to Gertrude.
Is this Amelie or Mini Amelie?
Oh, this is Mini Amelie, so presents up to Gertrude. And now these, I guess, were very small and now very big. So Mini Amelie is holding them above their head, like Hercules holding something, or Atlas holding the world, maybe. Just a giant thing of cookies. And we'll just come back and go, hello, Mini Amelie. And just presents them to Gertrude. So Gertrude now has the snacks that she was coming down
Hi, Mini
to.
Amelie.
Hi, Mini Emily.
Hi, Mini Amelie.
Thank you. And all the tokens that Amelie have are now Gertrude's. Have fun with those, Matt. Those are
How many is that? Is that 2, do you say?
2, yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of tokens suddenly.
Thank you, Matt, for reminding us this is a game with mechanics so we can play.
Let's switch to Hey Kid then, dealing with the Amelie stuff. So yeah, go for it, Nat.
Undercutting the conversation that Parish and Gertrude were having, you could probably just hear in the background just the very faint, like down the corridor, around the corner, 3 times removed and up down the stairs. You can just hear that, like just the proper meltdown screaming at Amelie, like, you ruined everything!
Oh.
Oh, no. Amelie opened door. Amelie did not ruin. There. Pat.
All I wanted was the paintbrush and you had to put it away somewhere where I couldn't reach it, and now I can't do anything that I need to do.
Pat, paintbrush will retrieve. Paintbrush must stop crying. Crying is mess, must clean mess. Paintbrush received. Paintbrush presented.
Just picks up a handful of popcorn and just kind of throws it petulantly down on the floor.
Oh.
Okay. Unusual form of mess, not physical, but emotional mess. Computing. Children are calmed by cuddles and swaddling. and all of Amelie's arms containing all of their implements shoot out from all various angles.
Oh no!
And give Hey Kid the hug of their lives.
Wow.
I want one of them to be a little spinny toilet brush.
Yes.
Yep, it absolutely is.
It's too close to the face as well. It's just- And I think Hey Kid is kind of in the and the big hug, all of the arms does actually help, and Hey Kid is kind of breathing more properly. I think it's one of those like the toddler temper tantrum meltdowns. They can just get into a place where they forget to actually breathe and they clock out of the present moment. So I think all of the arms just wrapping around Hey Kid shocks them back into a I'm back in this space, kind of wake up and breathing, and they just kind of look up at Amelie. Does Amelie have a face, or with just a big log?
We said it had a big kind of circular, kind of not really a face, but there's something. I guess talking to Amelie is probably like mocap actors talking to tennis balls on sticks. You're getting the same amount of feedback.
But I like the idea because you've got stickers now on you, so there maybe like is a face you can make out of it a little bit, but not quite though.
Well, I did say that little windscreen wipers, so clearly there are some sort of visual sensors, so you see they currently have eyes of a sort.
So yeah, Hey Kid is breathing, looks up at Amelie, and it's like, I'm sorry, I made a mess. I was just trying to get the things for the present. I did not mean to make the mess as I did it. If these are the things I'm not allowed because they make a mess, could you show me how to do the painting without making a mess?
This is the best question anyone has asked Amelie. Hello, I am Amelie.
Hello, Amelie.
Hello, Amelie.
Hello, Emily.
None of you were there.
These are just other guests coming in and out.
We will go to the playroom that was made for you, and we will paint, and maybe you can help Amelie make present for Gertrude. You have creativity. Amelie has programming. Perhaps together we will work well.
Maybe we can program creativity into Amelie.
Amelie would like that.
After we do painting, okay?
Yes, that is a logical progression of events.
Okay. And I'm going to scoop up all of the paints.
Oh, Amelie hasn't let you go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Amelie's just turning around and just taking you with her.
Amelie, we need the supplies. Amelie, we need the...
Yes, supplies. I think the supplies are covering Amelie right now.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I will, allow myself to be frog marched to the playroom.
Like, Amelie's happy to help Hey Kid out, but the smallest amount of time Hey Kid spends in the forbidden cupboard, the happier Amelie will be. And I would like to tick a track of my present, because this is getting help to be creative. And I don't have any tokens because I gave them all to Matt, so tick.
Nice. Yeah. Excellent work.
But I get one, right, for doing that?
Yes, you get one for ticking one. Yeah.
Okay,
And
cool.
you also get my 2 because you've agreed to show me how to do creative stuff without
no.
making a mess.
Okay. I've got 3 then.
Sorry.
Well, that's going to really help the cake track, Alex. We're sorted.
Meanwhile, upstairs in Sal's room, Sal is like, I'm sure it's fine. They've got it. Okay. And now it's starting to write stuff on various notepads and stuff like that, like bits and pieces, like trying to it almost gets to a point where it's like a conspiracy board, like, this verse here, no, rubbish. So I'm going to try and do another thing for my gift, but I have 2 coins. All right, so the first coin it's a tail, so I'm going to fail. I have to do a whoopsie. Take another coin, so I'm on 3 coins now. Oh dear.
Find a way to give them to Matt. He cannot be allowed to progress.
Could you use a foil? Do you want like a guest to play off?
Yeah, I'll have a guest there. So yeah, Matt, do you want to come in as a guest?
I'm just scrolling through them and trying to work out who would be appropriate.
That's fine. I'm going to use a whoopsie from the chapter. So I'm going to panic and second guess myself and come up with a way worse gift as a result. So I'm just like, oh god. And then whenever this guest sort of maybe passes the room, because I think the door is still open, you can see Sal is surrounded not only by like various bits of notepad and words, just random words like cake, birthday, Gertrude, but there's also all the music things I've pulled down off the wall trying to do stuff. I'm surrounded in my own mess of my own, and I'm just sat there heads in hands going, I don't know what to do.
Monday passes by Sal's door, the fairy dream merchant who uses they them pronouns, who I've picked specifically because they have a bingo, gives cynical advice as a quote free tip.
Excellent.
So I wonder if Monday plays a part in Sal second guessing his idea. So just passes by and is like, knock knock. There was nobody on the night manager's desk, so
Monday.
Hope you don't mind me just coming up here and saying hi.
Hi.
What you working on there?
Oh, it's come in. I don't shut the door. Like there's no space at all.
This is intimate.
It's you got to keep this as a secret, but it's Gertrude's birthday and we've all forgotten. And I was trying to come up with a really cool, unique gift, and now I can't. It's gone, man. The music, it's not coming to me. My gift's rubbish.
I knew there was a reason I drifted this way into this room.
Oh.
You need something. You need a dream, my friend. And I can help you out.
Yeah, you really, yes, anything.
I mean, your service here at the B&B has been so good. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice for free.
Oh, fantastic! Any. You know what? I really could do with a hand right now.
Gertrude, she's the one who...
She's the new resident. She's living above the laundry thing just now because we're trying to get her room for her and all that sort of thing.
Laundry dryer girl!
Yeah, that's her. Gertrude is her name, though.
So what you're going to want to do is everybody likes to spruce up their living space, and that room is just going to smell like fresh laundry all day. So you're going to want to get her like a scented candle that smells of something different. You know, people get scented candles that smells of fresh laundry, but she smells fresh laundry all the time. So you're going to want something that smells something a little bit different.
She wants something smelly. Right. Yeah, because I mean, for me, when I get something smelly, I think that's a comment on what I smell like. But if you think it will work for Gertrude, then I'm totally.
Oh yeah, you're clear. You're just not keyed into the teenage mindset, my friend.
Right, excellent.
That's why you need this. You need the extra eyes and ears on this problem.
Monday, they're holding both their shoulders and like, thanks, and then like open the door and I rush out, leaving Monday in my room. I just head towards I'll head towards one of the bathrooms.
We were outside the kitchen with a big plate of cookies, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think Parrish is going to be very happy with Mini Amelie. He's not aware of the other stuff that's happened just yet, but he's very surprised and delighted that, as if on cue, the cookies have arrived. He goes, ha ha! Well, you could say that this is the way that the cookie has crumbled.
If cookie has crumbled, Amelie must clean.
No, the cookies are... Sorry. I've right.
Rabbits in little outfits outside the window going, boo.
Right, and look, right, okay. What I suggest you is take those to your favourite spot, Gertrude, and have a little sit down, because I think Mini Amelie was having a bit of a problem, so I think we should go and sort that out.
Okay. I mean, I can't eat all of these. This is like a huge plate of cookies. I'll take them round everyone. I'll see if I can find everyone and offer them all a cookie.
I've always said that being generous is one of the best things that you can be. That's my little bit of wisdom for you. And that's a bingo from me. So there you go, Matt. Have 2 chaos coins.
Oh no!
He'll never get rid of them all.
Stacking them up,
racking them, stacking them.
Yeah, but you don't want him to get 5 though.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many have you got?
I've got 5.
Oh no! Quick, you go back into the kitchen. You can't ask you questions. Go.
And then I hop very quickly into the kitchen with and sort of pushing Mini Amelie in the same direction.
The door shuts like.
Yeah.
Gertrude's just left in the long corridor holding a plate of cookies. Did you not want one? Oh, no? Okay. Starts nibbling on one as she, sort of not particularly rushing, just sets off down the corridor in search of people, listening out to see if she can work out where everybody else in the B&B is so she can go and offer them cookies.
I just love the idea now that every time we see Gertrude, we're all just going to run away because as players, she's like, that's what's going to make it even worse.
Oh, Gertrude.
Oh dear. Yet further proof that surprise birthday parties are not a great idea.
So if we got into the playroom.
Yes, let's do the playroom stuff. Describe what the playroom looks like, Hey Kid, because this has been a place that's been created for you. So what's in there?
Well, yeah. So this is a place that's been created for Hey Kid, but is not their room.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's been created for Hey Kid to make their mess in, but this is like, it sounded like Amelie has sort of helped with the designation of, no, this is where Hey Kid makes their mess. That is allowed. But I think it's like quite ordered mess. So I think it's we've allowed like paintings and bits of art and stuff to be stuck onto the walls, and there's like maybe big tubs of toys that are very disordered within themselves, but they are in a tub, which Hey Kid has absolutely not done. It's probably Amelie has done that.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, but it's not like the toys are ordered by, these are all the cars and these are all the kitchen, like pretend cooking stuff, and this is all the paints and stuff like that. It's everything is in tubs, but they're all jumbled together. And is Amelie still carrying me?
I think you are unceremoniously released and dropped on the floor.
Cool. Right. Okay. And I'm going to start like scrabbling to just start painting and creating my part of my gift, but then gonna stop and look at Amelie as if like waiting for acknowledgement that I'm doing it the right and clean way, so she won't get upset.
Mess tolerance increased to 85% in this room. Please continue.
Woo! Splat, splat, splat. Paint, paint, paint. Brush, 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 brush.
Amelie would like to know how creativity works.
Okay, I'm just going to tick off one of my boxes on my gift tracker that I don't know about, but the person controlling me does. And now that I've done that, well, you can do creativity in lots of different ways. You just have to sort of see what comes to you. So here, I'm going to put a paintbrush in your hand.
Now, step 1 is complete. What is step 2?
Step 2 is pick a colour, and you don't have to think about it. Just like put the brush in a pot. Any pot.
I will put it in the first pot.
Great. And then...
It is blue. Is blue creative?
All colours are creative.
This makes things simpler. What is step 3?
Step 3 is paint.
But what should I paint?
Well, you could either paint something blue, or you could paint something that's not blue, but make it blue anyway.
Computing.
Oh no.
Computing. Error. How can something that is not blue be blue? Error. Error.
Because you got to use your imagination. Like, sometimes when you look up at the sun, it's yellow. But sometimes it could be blue if you wanted it to be, right? That makes total sense. And then you can put glitter on it. And sometimes pasta shapes.
Classic.
Classic pasta shapes.
Computing. Steps complete. Processing. Processing. And Amelie is going to pick up a piece of paper and paint a blue sun and throw glitter on it, and then very carefully place one piece of macaroni in the centre.
Great.
And attempt to tick off the second box of my presents. However, I do have 3 chaos tokens. So
Come on. Come on.
Flip.
You can do this,
I want
Emily.
this to work. I want this to work.
Heads. Second one. Heads. Third one. Headspress!
Yes, Emily.
Oh, amazing.
Kermit flailing all round.
Oh, that was glorious.
What happens with the chaos tokens? Do they stay?
They stay and you get another one.
Oh no!
But then you can either give them away once you do a bingo, or you can cash them in when you got 5. So they do go down, and you're not going to continuously be unable to do it. But that was
Okay.
amazing.
Oh,
Wonderful.
oh,
That was
glorious.
Emily has been creative. Success. Please review final product.
It doesn't matter what I think. What do you think?
Emily is pleased. Emily is proud.
Uh-huh.
Emily has changed programming. Emily can paint now. Paint! And Emily will paint exactly the same picture on another bit of paper.
Okay, I think we need to work on that. How about you try and paint something else in blue? Just change one thing. So you can still use blue, you can still use glitter, you can still use pasta if you like, but paint something different.
Different. Computing. Picture. Decided upon. Painting. And Emily will paint a blue, highly detailed picture of Hey Kid.
Yay!
Painting.
That is really good. That is so good that it's almost good enough to be in my comic book. Did you know I was making a comic book?
No. And I'm going to bingo and receive a thank you awkwardly. And say, Emily considers quality of painting to be 30%. Emily will require 70% creativity upgrade before considers it good enough to go in your lovely book. And I'm going to throw all my tokens. Who out of us has got tokens other than Matt?
I've got tokens. I've got 3 tokens.
I have none.
And Alex, you got rid of all of yours, right?
Big fat 0.
Okay. So, Nat, you're going to get all my 4, so you've got
Yeah,
enough
that's
to do the things with.
Thanks so much.
We need an anti-Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, kid! Hey, kid! Emily!
Quick, Emily, we need to hide. No, you keep the painting. Keep your painting out. Keep your painting out. And I'm going to shove my creation, like, behind a chair.
Actually, no. I'm going to
No. Keep
hide
that out.
the
Keep that out.
Hey Kid one and hide
Oh.
the. I need to hide one of them for reasons.
Okay.
And we'll hold the sun.
Hey, kid! Where you at? Mini Emily made cookies!
Cookies! I want cookies! Cookies! Hey, Gertrude, come in here. Look, I'm teaching Emily to be creative.
Wow! And that's what you're painting.
I am Emily. I am painter.
Hello, Emily.
Hi,
Hello,
Emily.
Emily.
Hi, Emily. I'm going to give Emily a genuinely very sweet compliment, which is a bingo. Yeah, Emily, you are. You are a painter. See? You can be anything you want to be. Strat, have 4 tokens. 5 tokens, even.
Okay.
5 is a good number.
No, that is.
Thank you. Yay.
But it also
Yeah.
means that you've got nothing, so you can tick one off
Yeah.
straight away. It's one or the other.
Yes, of course.
Oh, wait, Emily. Also, I think Mini Emily was having some sort of technical problem in the kitchen.
Mini Emily is in trouble.
I heard like error, and then Parish was like, no, Gertrude, you can't come in the kitchen because Mini Emily's having a problem.
Do you think Mini Emily is having problems in there because you were trying to think of how to paint in here and you were doing lots of calculations?
It could be that our programs have diverged now that I am a painter, and Mini Emily is still V1 Mini Emily. I must go and sync subroutines and clean code. Clean code must clean. Continue painting, but only in here. And Mini Emily will roll away.
Bye, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Bye, Emily.
Now talk to me about these cookies.
They're kind of all different. There's some chocolate chip ones, and there's some of these have got like raspberries and blueberries in, and there's some glazed ones. It's cool. Here, take whichever ones you like.
Well, this sounds like we need to try all of them, right?
Yeah, a little bit of each, maybe.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I think we should sit in here for a very long time and try all of the cookies. And we should probably make a list and we should rate them so we know which one is best so we can give feedback to Parrish and Minnie Emily for next time.
Hey, kid.
Yep.
Have you noticed Parrish being weird about the kitchen today? Like, has he kicked you out of the kitchen today?
I mean, I was in there and he was cross about it. I think maybe, well, if Minnie Emily is having problems in there, then maybe he's just trying to keep us, I don't know. But the cookies are good. Look at the cookie. Right, what's this first one? This one is chocolate chip, yeah? Let's try it. I think this one is a 4.5 out of 5. What do you think?
What's the scale? 0 to what? What's 5? Is it?
I think it's out of 7.
Oh, okay. 4.5 out of 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
I like that rating.
Oh, it's a good one.
I've taken a coin and ticked a track for asking that question.
Very
What?
good. So
What?
So yeah, I know, just this sneaky. So are you are on you're on 3 out of 5, correct?
3 out of 5.
Oh, and we're
And
only
I have 1 coin currently.
You've 1 coin, and yeah, we've got only 2 on the cake track, folks. And yeah, I've got 3 coins and only 1 on my item, which hopefully we can sort out soon.
Will our residents be able to pull off a surprise birthday party for Gertrude before she finds out? Find out next time on What Am I Rolling? The What Am I Rolling podcast was created, recorded and edited by me, Fiona Howat. This episode's players were the cast of Merely Roleplayers, Matt, Strat, Nat and Alex. This episode's RPG was Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast by Possum Creek Games. You can find out more information about Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast on the Possum Creek Games website. That's possumcreekgames.com. The theme music was 8-Bit March by Twin Musicon on twinmusicon.org, licensed under a Creative Commons 4.0 license. If you want to find out more about the podcast, check out the website. That's www.wairpodcast.com. Fancy getting in touch? Email the podcast at whatamirollingpodcast@gmail.com. Finally, follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at WAIR_podcast for the latest news on upcoming episodes. And remember, adventurers need not apply.